Hello everyone, today we are going to continue the last part of your structural organization in animal, that is frog. So have you understood about earthworm which we have completed in the last session? Is there any doubts? So do you know what do you mean by cocoon? How the cocoon is formed and how the fertilization took place in case of earthworm, and what are the processes, what are the mechanism which are involved in case of fertilization in case of earthworm. Have you understood? Is there any doubts? Tell me students, ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗೈತಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ? So tell me, how many earthworm will form from one cocoon? 200 to 400. Just check it once, how much I have told yesterday.
14 to 16 eggs.
Hey. ಕಕೂನಿಂದ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅರ್ಥವಮ್ ಬರ್ತೈತೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಾಗತ್ತೇನೆ ನಾ. ಬೇಬಿ ಅರ್ಥವಮ್ಸ್ ಸಿ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ರಿವೈಸ್ ದ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್, ಓಕೆ? ಅದರ್ವೈಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ವೆರಿ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಅನಲೈಸ್ ದ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್, ಹೌ ಮಚ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟೆಡ್ ಟಿಲ್ ನಾವು. ಹಿಂಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊತ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಮುಗೀತು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕತೆ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು 3-4 ತಿಂಗಳಿಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಬರೀತೀರಿ, ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್. Okay, just whatever I teach, finish it off. Can anybody explain me the reproduction in earthworm? Holy bit. Okay, from one cocoon there will be formation of baby earthworm, that is 2 to 20. Okay, from one cocoon there will be formation of 2 to 20. Okay, is that yesterday I have told you about this. Okay, don't forget, 2 to 20. Okay, so we'll move further, that is we are going to study about frog. Okay, so what is frog? What is frog? Nothing but it's an organism. Okay, so what type of organism it is? ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಯಾಕೆ ತಂಡು ಹೊಡೆದಿರಿ? ನೋ ಬಡಿ ಈಸ್ ಆನ್ಸರಿಂಗ್ ಟುಡೇ. ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್? ಏನರ ಡೋಸ್ ಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತೆ ನಿಮಗೆ? ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಡೋಸ್? ದೆನ್ ವೈ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ರಿಪ್ಲೈಯಿಂಗ್? ಇಫ್ ಯು ಡೋಂಟ್ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ರಿಪ್ಲೈ, ಟೆಲ್ ಮಿ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಟೀಚ್ ಒನ್ ವೇ. ಓಕೆ, ಏನೇನು ಬರ್ತೈತೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಂತ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಟು ಯು. ಓಕೆ, so frog is an amphibian. Yeah. What do you mean by amphibian? What do you mean by amphibian? We have dealt it in the animal kingdom. Tell me, what do you mean by amphibian? Very good, Vikram, very good. Okay, amphi means both. Okay, both means which are going to live in land and water. Okay, they are going to live in the terrestrial and also aquatic form of life. That's why frog belongs to frog is called as amphibian, because it is going to live in both water as well as in the land. So can anybody tell me the classification of frog? Tell me, classification. Phylum, yeah, phylum chordate, then Phylum Chordate. Class Amphibia. Then okay, remember classification. Phylum, the amphibian belongs to the phylum Chordata, class Amphibia, genus Rana, and species will be Tigrina. Whether it is vertebrate or invertebrate. Tell me whether it is vertebrate or invertebrate. ಹೇಳ್ರಿ. Let it be. So, yeah, it is a vertebrate. Okay, where do you find these common species, that is Rana tigrina? ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಾವ frogs? Yeah, in water. It will be found on water and in moist land. Okay, it will be present in water as well as in the moist region. It will not be found in the dry condition. Okay, it will not be finding in the dry condition, but it will be found on the moist areas and also in aquatic environment, because it can live both in land as well as in aquatic form. Okay, so tell me, what do you mean by poikilotherms? Very long back ago, okay, I told you the story about poikilotherms, homotherms, ectotherms, endotherms. What do you mean by cold blooded? Good, but what do you mean by cold blooded?
Temperature varies. According to nature, temperature varies.
Very good. Okay, poikilotherms are those organisms in which they are going to change the temperature, body temperature according to the environment. Okay, they are not going to have the constant body temperature. That is nothing but poikilotherms. Okay, that is nothing but body temperature is going to vary according to the environment. Or in other terms we can say that the organism which will not maintain a constant body temperature. So tell me, the organism which maintains the constant body temperature, what we call as hot blooded. Hot blooded antara. Cold blooded is called as poikilotherms. Poikilotherms are the organism which will change its body temperature according to the environment. So I am asking, the organism which will maintain the constant body temperature, what we call as? Warm blooded. Very good. Another name? Easy going alla ನೀವು, scientific name dumb. Normal name ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೋತಾರೆ, warm blooded, hot blooded. ಕೋಲ್ಡ್ ಬ್ಲಡೆಡ್. ಯಾ ಟೆಲ್ ಮಿ. ಹೇಳಿನಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡೇನಿ. ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ಸ್, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ರಿವೈಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೇನಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಮರ್ತು ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರಲ್ಲ, ಲೆಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಬಿ. ಐ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಟೆಲ್ ಯು, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಬೈ ಯುವರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್. ಹೋಮಿಯೋ ಟರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಹೋಮಿಯೋ ಟರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೊತ್ತು ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ರೇನ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಟೈಮ್ ಸಿಕ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೇನ ಸರ್. ಗುಡ್. ಓಕೆ, ದ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ ವಿಚ್ ವಿಲ್ ಮೇಂಟೈನ್ ದ ಬಾಡಿ ಟೆಂಪ್ರೇಚರ್, ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಂಟ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಟೆಂಪ್ರೇಚರ್, ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ homotherms. So can you give me an example for homotherms? Humans. Okay, so we are the homotherms which we are going to maintain the constant body temperature. Okay, hanga environment change ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ, hang nam body temperature we are not going to change. Okay, there will be constant maintenance of the body temperature, that we call it as homotherms. But in case of frog, these are poikilotherms. Okay, why? Because they are going to change the body temperature according to the environment. Okay, that is the meaning of this. Okay, so another property about frog is so tell me, what do you mean by this camouflage?
Changing its color according to its surroundings.
Okay, camouflage is nothing but it is going to change its body color, okay, according to the environment, so that it is going to get protection. Okay, and that mechanism we call it as mimicry. Okay, it is going to mimic the organism, and also with the help of depending environment it is going to change the body color, so that it will adopt to the particular habitat, it will get protection from the enemy. That type of mechanism we call it as camouflage. And another example for camouflage, can anybody tell me? Yeah, ಉಸಿರವಳ್ಳಿ ಅಂತಾರಲ್ಲ, ನಂಬೇಡ್ರಿ ಕಲರ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೈತಂತ. that is nothing but they are showing the different color. How? Based on the environmental factor, based on the habitat, so that they will get protection. Okay, they will get protection from the enemy, that we call it as mimicry. Camouflage is nothing but changing the body color according to habitat, so that they are getting protection from enemies. Remember this. Okay, camouflage is nothing but changing the body color according to the habitat or environment, so that it will get protection from the enemy. Okay, and that mechanism we call it as mimicry. It is going to mimic certain kind of organism, strong organism, so that they will get protection from the enemy, other enemies. Okay, that is nothing but the mechanism called as camouflage. Okay, understood? Shall I rub this part? Okay, first we have seen the classification, next we have seen where that particular organism is living, and we have seen the poikilothermic. Okay, that is nothing but important, remember 1 marks. And cold blooded, poikilotherms are nothing but cold blooded, that means they are going to change the body temperature according to the environment. Next we have studied the another unique feature of the frog, that is camouflage. Okay, have you understood? We'll move further. So tell me what type of color frog is having? Yeah, dorsal color will be different from the ventral. Okay, frog is having the dorsal side will be olive green. Okay, dark coloration will be there with irregular patterns or patches. And ventral side will be light color. Okay, that ventral side will be yellowish. So tell me one thing, have you touched frog? Have you touched frog? Good. How it looks? Beautiful? Disgusting. Okay, so whenever you try to catch the frog, it will slip off. Okay, have you experienced that? Why? Okay, so the body of the frog is very slippery. Okay, why? What made the body of the frog slippery? Okay, because the body of the frog is slippery because of the secretion of mucus. Because of secretion of mucus. Okay, mucus is a secretion done by the frog so that it will escape from the enemy. Okay, whenever you try to catch the frog, it will slip off. Okay, and it will jump and it will go far from you. Okay, you cannot able to catch the frog, and that is mainly because of the secretion of mucus. Okay, because of the secretion of mucus, the body becomes slippery. So have you observed the body of the frog is very moist? Very moist. Why? It will not dry only. Okay, body will be very moist. As I already told you, frog lives in water as well as in land. Okay, when it is present in water, the respiration will be gaseous exchange will be taking place with the help of that outer layer, and when it comes to land, there is also respiration from that particular skin only. Okay, and because of that, the moist condition will be there. Anyhow, lungs will be there, but it is using the external what we can say, the layer as a protective or the organ which is helping for the respiration. Okay, that is the reason the body will be very moist. So in which season you will find frogs more? Rainy season. Okay, you are going to see the frogs in rainy season. What about other season? We will see the frog more in the rainy season. Okay, voice sound ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ frog ಇಂದ ಜೋರ್ ಕೂಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ. Why? That we will see. But tell me, what about other season like winter and summer? As I already told you, their body should be very moist so that they can survive, but the environment is very harsh like winter and summer. It is not going to present on the land. It is going to make a long burrow, deep burrow, and these frogs are going to stay there entire season. They are going to stay at that long burrow only, okay, deep burrow, and that we call it as hibernation and estivation. Hibernation and estivation. So for winter sleep, what we call as winter sleep, hibernation, estivation, summer sleep. Summer sleep will be your estivation. Remember this. Your 1 mark questions. Okay. So what do you mean by winter sleep, or what do you mean by hibernation? What do you mean by estivation or summer sleep? Okay, that may be asked for 1 mark. So try to remember the body of the frog is very moist, okay, and that moisture content should be there in the frog so that it can live or it can survive. But when the situation is very adverse, very harsh, then these frogs are going to make a deep burrow in the soil and they are going to live in that particular burrow entire season. Okay, if the frog undergo or sleep under the summer, that we call it as estivation. If the frog undergoes sleep by making the long burrow in the winter season, that we call it as hibernation. Okay, so have you understood why this mechanism is involved in case of frog? So tell me the noise or the sound produced by the frog, either it is male or female. Yes, frog ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಭಾಳ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಿರ್ಬೇಕು. ಫೇವ್ರೇಟ್ ಆರ್ಗಾನಿಸಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲ? Both the sound produced by both male and female. Tell me, I have told you about birds. Okay, in birds also there will be calling. Okay, who is going to produce that calling? ಹೇಳಿದಲ್ಲ ಅವತ್ತ ಮರೆತು ಬಿಡ್ತೀರಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಗುಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್, ಬ್ಯಾಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಹಂಗಾಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರಿ. ಲೆಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಬಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ವಿಲ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ. ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಯು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಮಚ್? ಫ್ರಾಗ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ, ಲೈಫ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಫ್ರಾಗ ನೋಡಿಲ್ಲ. ಸಿ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಮತ್ತೆ ಹೇಳ್ರಲ್ಲ ಏನೇನು ನೋಡಿರಿ. ಸಿ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಜನರಲ್ ಫೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಫ್ರಾಗ್. ಓಕೆ, ನಾಟ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಿಗ್ like a scientific thing. It is the characteristic feature which we see in day to day life. Okay, suddenly if you see a frog you will jump, no? Why? Because it looks very disgusting. We can say that. Why? The body made them to look like that. The body will be having patches. Okay, it will look bit weird. Why? Because their body is dark, having dark color, patches will be there, their body is very moist. If you go and catch the frog, you cannot, because there will be production or the secretion of mucus. Okay, that is the reason. And this is summer sleep and winter sleep. They will be present only in the rainy season. Can you tell me what might be the reason they would have slept at rainy season also? What might be the reason? ಅಷ್ಟು ಸೀಸನ್ಸ್ ಅದಾವ ಫುಡ್ ಇಲ್ದಾರ್ದ ರೈನಿ ಸೀಸನ್ ಒಳಗೂ ದೇ ವುಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸರ್ವೈವ್ಡ್. ಟೆಲ್ ಮೀ. For the reproduction purpose. Have you seen the eggs in the standing water of the frog? That is nothing but rainy season. They are going to come out from that burrow because they need to reproduce. They need to reproduce. They should continue the generation. Okay, that is the main thing why they are coming out from that deep burrow, because they need to reproduce. Okay, so we'll move further. We will study about the morphology. Okay, what are the morphological character we can able to understand by looking at the frog. Okay, so we have discussed about the size will be varying. Okay, slime line body will be there or oval in shape. Okay, next dark color pattern will be there. Okay, dark coloration will be there at the dorsal, and ventral will be light color, and their body is divisible into okay, body is divisible into head, trunk and tail. ಅಲ್ಲ ಟೇಲ್ ಇರ್ತೈತಲ್ಲ ಫ್ರಾಗಿಗ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅದಿರಿ ಅಲ್ಲ. Okay, body is divisible into head and trunk. Okay, so head will be triangular in shape. Okay, absence of neck and tail. There will be no specific neck region, there will be no specific tail region in case of frog. Okay, and head will be triangular in shape. They are having mouth. Okay, and they are carnivorous. What do you mean by carnivorous? What do you mean by carnivorous? It depends on tell me loudly. Very good. It depends on other organisms or animals. Why? For the purpose of food. So, do you people carnivorous? Both. Omnivorous. What do you mean by omnivorous? Which is both meat and plants. Okay. So, tell me, what do you call the organism which is dependent on only the green plants? Herbivorous. Okay, the people who don't who say I am a non-vegetarian, they all are herbivorous. Okay, but still they are not purely herbivorous. Okay, because there will be vegetarian. Okay, and there will be people who like to eat the what we can say only sambar part. Okay, not all the non-veg, only they will eat the curry. Okay, what we call it as they are going to love those only, not the entire non-veg. Okay, so herbivorous are nothing but the organism who are dependent on the plants, okay, for the food. As a food purpose they are depending on the plants only, that we call it as herbivorous. And these are carnivores which are purely dependent on the other organism for the food purpose. And we comes as a omnivorous, we are dependent on food, plant as a plant and also on animals for our food purpose. Okay, that we call it as omnivorous. But remember, frog is a carnivore which is mainly feeding on the insects. Okay, they are mainly feeding on insect, that we call it as carnivorous. Okay, so near the mouth region there will be presence of what? Very good, nostrils. There will be presence of nostrils. So tell me, what is the function of nostrils? Very good. Okay, nostrils are mainly present for the exchange of gases. Okay, it is the organ or the pair of organ which is located at the mouth region, and these are mainly helpful for the exchange of gas. Okay, and apart from that there will be presence of bulged eyes. Okay, doddu kannirtava, and near to that there will be nictitating membrane. What do you mean by this? Nictitating membranes will be there near the eye region. Okay, near the eye region there will be presence of, okay, that nictitating membrane. Okay, membranous like structure will be there which is located near to eye. What is the function of this nictitating membrane? Hearing water sound, voice. See, nictitating membrane is acting as a protective layer. See, this is exactly whenever you go to swim, okay, swimming alla hodaga you wear a glass. Okay, you wear a glass so that you can visualize the things and so that you can get protection from the water currents. Okay, the same exact mechanism is done by the nictitating membrane. Okay, it act as a glasses, okay, protective glasses, because whenever the frog moves in the water region, these nictitating membrane are acting and they are protecting the eyes of the frog. Okay, that is the main function of this nictitating membrane. And there is another one, that is tympanum. So tell me, what is the function of this tympanum which is located at the mouth region only? What is the purpose of this tympanum? See, this act as a ear. Okay, we have a ear pinna, no? Like that, these tympanum are the structure which are located at the both side of the frog so that it can hear the sound. The ear agi act ಮಾಡ್ತೈತಿ tympanum. Okay, it is helpful for the hearing the sound and also the vibration which is taking place in the environment. Okay, nearby environment, whatever the sound is produced, no, that is heard or received by this tympanum. Okay, remember this important tympanum, which is helpful for the receiving the sound. Okay, apart from these, there are presence of forelimb and hind limb. Okay, apart from these, there is a presence of forelimb and hind limb, the lower part, and the hind limb is very strong. Okay, hind limb is very strong and it is mainly helpful for the jumping purpose. Okay, have you seen the frog jumping? Just observe, it is using its hind limb. Okay, and in the hind limb region there will be 5 digits. 5 digits will be there, but in case of forelimb there will be 4 digits. Okay, there will be 4 digits. Have you seen the forelimb of the frog? Just observe, the forelimb will be having 4 digits and hind limb will be having 5 digits, and these are mainly helpful for the jumping purpose. And remember, in the forelimb region, okay, in the forelimb region there will be 4 digits. In that, the first digit act as a what is? Okay, first digits will be acting as a copulatory pad. Which will be acting as a copulatory pad. It will modify and form a copulatory pad. Okay, remember the forelimb and hind limb will be present in case of frog. These are very strong, but the forelimb compared to forelimb, the hind limb is very strong. It has a 5 digits and the forelimb will be having 4 digits. In that, the first digit will be acting or will be modified and act as a copulatory pad. Okay, and the sound will be produced by the male or female? Vocal sacs of male. Okay, why they should start calling? Why they start calling? Why they give sound? To attract the female frog for reproduction. For reproduction purpose, this frog, male frog, is going to give a call so that the female will understand that after getting maturity there will be copulation and after that there will be reproduction. Okay, that is the case, and the sound which is producing by the frog will be male. Okay, not female. Remember that whatever the sound you are hearing now, that all produced by the male during rainy season, so that it will attract the female frog. Okay, so this is the thing about the frog. So is there any points except these about frog? Any interesting points? Do you know?
First digit will be absent for female.
Huh?
First digit absent.
This copulatory pad. Yeah, that will be absent in case of female. Okay, that is not present because that is the organ which is helpful for the copulation purpose, and it will be present in case of males only. Okay, and it will be absent in case of female. Okay, then Yeah, that is also true. Okay, frogs will not drink water. Okay, because I have already told you that there will be moist skin and there will be gaseous exchange, as well as there will be water coming in with the help of diffusion. There will be water inside the body. They are not going to drink water. That is also correct. Yeah, good. Then we will write that also. Frogs will not drink water. Then what it will drink? It will drink Pepsi. It will drink Pepsi or what? Maaza. Just check it, okay? What frog will drink? Which flavor frog likes? Okay. So have you seen the tongue of the frog? Have you seen the tongue of the frog? It will be bifurcated, okay, and it will be having bilobed. Eradu nalge adavantarla, that kind of structure will be seen in case of frog, and the frog very helpful for the catching of, tongue will be very helpful for catching of the insect, okay, that is also the reason. Yeah. Then have you understood the reason why frogs are seen in the rainy season only and observe in other seasons like summer and winter you will not see frog, okay, just observe. If you find that, then that will be toad, okay, they are not frog. There is a difference between frog and toad, okay, just understand that one also. Then apart from these, have you understood? Clear? We have seen the general characters, we have seen the morphological character also. Yeah, another point, sexual dimorphism. So what do you mean by this? Sexual dimorphism. See, we have come across this word. It is related to animal kingdom only, frog. Okay, there we have studied about amphibia. So just recall. Okay, so sexual dimorphism is nothing but based on observation of the morphological feature only you can able to distinguish it is male, it is female. Okay, sexual dimorphism is a character based on the morphological character. We can able to distinguish either whether the organism is male or it is female. Okay, remember this, sexual dimorphism is nothing but distinguishable character of male and female, okay, based on the morphological feature. Yeah, that we will study in case of reproduction. Okay, last. Yeah, till then we have completed the morphological feature with this character. Okay, so next we are going to study the anatomical structure, that is nothing but digestion, circulation, respiration, reproduction, everything we are going to study, circulation also in the next session. Okay, have you understood about frog? It is interesting, no? Your favorite organism? She. Okay, understood? Any doubts? Video off, man. Huh? If you have